All right, NBA quick hits for Wednesday, the 7th of October. So the Lakers were able to close out this game and take a 3-1 lead. If you're Miami, you're really kicking yourself over that one. Pretty disappointing for them to not be able to get it done. Looking at things from the first quarter, there was a couple of defensive mistakes early that, for me, just watching it, I didn't really like the tone that sort of set. Even though for the majority of the game, Miami played awesome defense, and so did the Lakers. But you can see here, Hero, for some reason, decides to just leave KCP in the corner, not even close to getting the steal from AD in the double team. Hits KCP in the corner, KCP hits the three, and this is something that I'll circle back to because it might seem like a small play, but it is very important in the end. Then here you see Duncan and Jimmy just not communicating on the switch, and that leads Danny Green to a three. So a couple of things there that you don't like if you're Miami. But offensively, for the first quarter, they got good production out of Jimmy. He was 5 of 5 from the field. But then for the rest of the game, he went 3 of 12. So probably something you're not really happy with because polar opposite to game 3, Jimmy was in attack mode the whole game and getting whatever he wanted. So the Heat didn't have that today. Then another thing the Heat didn't have is just people making shots, and they missed a ton of open shots. So I'm not just talking about semi-contested jumpers or stuff off pick and rolls. It's like wide open stuff that you'll be able to see here in the clips, whether it's Hero, Nunn, Crowder, Duncan Robinson. Like, they had wide open looks and they just couldn't knock them down. So really, really poor that they weren't able to capitalize on that. For the Lakers, their fourth quarter strategy is something I'll talk about. I'll just look at their fourth quarter for the most part. So their offensive strategy, they wanted to put Robinson or Hero in that pick and roll over and over and over again. Just keep attacking. They shot really poorly from deep, so they're only 2 of 10 for 3. But the 2 threes they did make were the biggest shots of the game. So KCP hits this corner 3 where he just catches and rises up and shoots it right away. And this is where I'll go back to the start. So if Hero doesn't leave him wide open, and that sort of gets KCP going, he gets fired up. I think KCP had 8 points in that first quarter. Does he then have the confidence and the ability to then rise up and make it this shot in the fourth like he did? Maybe, maybe not. But again, I still think that play in the first quarter where Hero left him wide open was really important. And then you have AD here sealing it, so showing just why he's an absolute animal, and the Lakers gave up everything that they did for him to get him from the Pels. And then the defensive side of the ball, it's probably what helped keep the Lakers in the lead. So they didn't commit a foul on Miami for the first 8.5 minutes of that fourth quarter. I think it was with 3.5 minutes to go that they committed their first foul. You can see a few clips, whether it's Kuzma moving his feet to not bail out Nunn, or you have AD staying with Kendrick Nunn and getting the block, one of his 4. So AD was man of the match with only 22 points just because of his defense and his impact on that side of the ball. You then have Caruso staying with Hero. Kuzma doesn't leave Duncan Robinson. Then Caruso gets back to Hero for a second time and then contests the shot. And even AD comes across to contest it. So really impressive from the Lakers. And it was still good from Miami. It was by no means a shambles by Miami, but just the Lakers were able to get it done offensively in the end. That's what it came down to. So the Heat got it done in game 3. Lakers get it done today in game 4. So now there's 3 days between now and the next game. I expect game 5 to be very similar to today in terms of a grinded out defensive battle, and it'll come down to just who can make shots in the end, as it always is, and who can get it done. So very keen for that. Speak then.